Hi, welcome to the Italian Grand Prix of Formula League Round 2. We're starting off with Q1, 4 minutes to get the fastest lap you can across the board. We've got 15 drivers here today. Only the top 8, I think, or top 7? Shit, I need to check now. Are going to be going into Q2, so it's all about getting the fastest lap you can, and the boost is recharging as well, so you need to manage your boost. However, you don't have to worry about tire wear. There's a tire wear zero session. It's all about getting the boost and getting that fast lap in 4 minutes. So there's time pressure here, and Charge AT takes provisional first place. It's Q1, of course, so it's not pole position. But we've got Skip and Proline with slow starts, but you know, it's the start. They've not used their boost yet. We'll see how that develops as it goes along. Matimar with 6th fastest lap from the start. It is lap 1, so the laps might be a bit skewed. Those who started from the front might get faster laps. And there goes Kraft and there Corvid with a 29.85. And I should really be checking how many drivers get through into Q2 because that's very important. Let's see. It is 50% of drivers eliminated in Q1, rounded up by one driver if odd. So only the top 7. The top 7 get through into Q2. The bottom 8 will be eliminated, and those at the current moment are Urist, Razim, Anti, Goose, Skip, Matimar, Crunk, and Prolime. Skip improves to 9th. It's not enough to get out of the danger zone, but it's a very big improvement for him there. We see a little bit of lag, but it looks to have just been a little bit of lag. Corvid with 29.85, Kraft just 200s behind him. Then we have Nuno 29.95, and Komi is our final sub 30 with a 29.98. And Pumpkin, who only had a fastest lap in practice of 31.40, has smashed his personal best at 30.22 right now. We're seeing some more lag. I'm glad that these sessions are ghosted, otherwise people might get really hurt. Skip improves up to 6th. We got Girouni in 7th. Both Garage 97s are currently set to be eliminated in Q1. Charge AT is just one position away. Crunk is in 9th, 31.03. Mayumar with a great start. He's down in 14th in terms of qualifying. Corvid, Kraft, Nuno, Komi, Pumpkin. The top 5 is still the same, and Skip and Jerry are the ones really battling to stay there. And Razim improves, 29.95. He's up in 4th. This knocks Skip and Girouni out as Anti improves to 7th with a 30.25. We've got a minute left of on the clock. And Nuno has improved to 29.65. Of course, doesn't matter as much in Q1. All that matters is that that's a pretty hard time for the drivers to beat if they want to eliminate Nuno. Urist has improved up to 7th and Girouni up to 6th right now. The sub-30s remain untouchable. It's all about getting a sub-30 here. If you want to survive now, only 2 positions that are getting into Q2 don't have a sub-30, and that's Girouni's 30.15 and Urist's 30. Something. I don't know why Urist has pitted. The tire wear is off, but he's got a 30.17. That's what he has. He's pitted twice already, and that's pretty weird. Your boost doesn't recharge in the pits either, so it's genuinely just not a good thing. Had a little bit of a lag storm. Let's see here. 10 seconds. We're soon to be at the end. It's Kraft currently at the front, so he will be ending this qualifying session. Charge JT, Pumpkin, and Urist are all tied for 7th, 30.17, but Urist said that lap first, so unless one of them beats it, it's Urist through into Q2, miraculously, and this is the final lap. Kraft crosses the line. I think he might even improve. He does at a 29.52, and it's a shame that was set in Q1. But here they go across the line, and the top 7 isn't changing. Is anyone gonna get in, or is this the top 7 we are seeing in Q2? Is Charge AT and Anti, are they both out in Q1 with a 30.17 and 30.25? There's still some drivers yet to make it across. As more and more drivers make it, It's not changing. There's only one driver left. I'm not sure who it is. It is Girouni, actually, and Girouni might have a surprise up his sleeve, but he's through anyways. What a qualifying session that is. Let's take a look at the results of Q1 because I am completely blindsided by what has happened. Kraft 29.52. Incredible stuff. It's Nuno behind on 29.65. Corvid 29.83. Razim, Kraft's teammate 29.95. What an incredible upgrade package for Monarch Motorsports. Kami 29.98. It's Girouni 30.15. Urist. We saw that he set the 30.17 first before Pumpkin and Charge GT, so he again just barely by the skin of his teeth, or whatever the saying is, gets through into Q2, and it's Pumpkin, Charge GT, Anti, Skip, Matty Mar, Mr. Crunk, Prolime, and Game on Goose out in Q1. So the 7 drivers getting through. It's Kraft, Nuno, Corvid, Razim, Kami, Girouni, and Urus. The legs. Here we are, Q2, only 7 drivers remain. It's in shootout for pole position, only 2 minutes. Drivers need to wait for their boost to fill up, and they need to get just that one shot, really, or two, at getting the pole position lap. And we're starting with a little bit of lag, but it looks to have cleared up now. Kraft with an astonishing 29.52 in the first session. Unfortunately, it doesn't count across for the second one, but at least he's made it through into Q2, and so has Razim. Both Monarchs through after, I think both of them not making it through through Q1. There was only one Monarchs Motorsport last time. Anyways, it's, oh shit, show fastest lap. It is Razim currently on provisional pole. Everyone with laps of around 32 seconds. As it was, of course, their first, and they were saving the boost. Kraft and Nuno are actually deploying boost. They're not waiting for the boost to fill up, so that's an interesting strategy. We'll see how it works for them. And I mean, we are halfway through, so it might be the correct shot. We've also seen Girouni pull off wonders in Q2, and it is Nuno with the fastest lap at 29.55. Kraft on the front row currently at 29.77. Razim and Girouni are tied for third with 30.22. I'm not sure how to resolve that tiebreak as they set it on the same lap. Razim, was Razim ahead? Yeah, Razim was ahead, so I'd say that... I'd say that if it remains a tie, it will be Razim ahead of Girouni, and then we have Urist, 30.57, Corvid with 31, not Corvid, Kami. Corvid with 32.97, Kami jumps up 30.13, he takes third, currently 18 seconds until the end, and the clock is ticking down. This is Kraft's final lap, in fact. Will he finish it, or will he wait? The rest of the drivers are trying to benefit from this. They get a 90-second countdown, so Kraft, in fact, is still risking it, going fully out here. Does he make a mistake, or was that lag? I don't know, but he does not improve. He does not improve. Kamikaze across the line does not improve. Razim, he's on his final lap. Slowing down, I don't think will work for him. So I'm not sure what he did there. He was on the final lap. Nuno doesn't improve from 29.55. He's still in provisional pole. Here comes Girouni with a, oh, he doesn't improve either. Oh, and Urus isn't gonna improve. Oh, what a bit of a disappointing Q2. But let's take a look at the fastest laps then. Okay, here we go. Here is the final grid then. We've got Nuno starting from pole position, Kraft on the front row. Is it Corvid, or did he set a slower lap? Fuck.
No, he was third.
He was third. He did set that 30.08. Yeah, I think it does overwrite your previous one. It looks like. Yeah. So he did set the third. Okay, so Corvid starting from third. Kami starting from fourth, right behind him. Razim beats Girouni, having crossed the line first to take the 30.22. So that's the third row. Then Urist. Behind him is Charge GT. Then Pumpkin, Anti, Skip, Matty Mark, Crunk, Prolime, and Goose will be starting from last. Go then, Italian Grand Prix. Nuno from first. Kraft on the front row. Corvid, Kami, Razim, Jaruni, we see mediums, we see hards. It is all over the place in terms of strategy. Nuno, Corvid, and Urist have elected to go on the softs. Kraft has a bit of a struggle there. Corvid overtakes him for second as Nuno makes a clean getaway. We're gonna have clouds soon, but does that mean rain? It is the second row is completely locked out by Monarch right now. I don't think I'm using that term correctly. I think it's only for qualifying. Call me a little bit of twitch there. Starts in the hards. He is the highest hards runner at the moment. He is side by side with Razim. Backs out. There's Charge GT behind. He's made a quick start. Urist made a slow one. Makes a mistake. Jaruni's running away. A little bit more lag, but it's okay. It's okay. Anti is behind Urist and Matimar is behind them. He's had a fast start. Is top 10 points. And of course, only one driver from a team can score points. What a clean getaway from Nuno, but Kraft still maintains that advantage on being on the mediums and being quite close behind Corvid. Slows down there. Not sure what that's about. Nuno also holds the fastest lap at the current moment at 30.42. He's on the softs. The Blue Blizzard, as we've seen, is a very grippy car. In fact, let me look at the upgrades here. I sadly cannot share the graphic because I cannot tab out of the race screen, but we've got currently the best car on the grid is the Pulsar. They are lacking well midway through. They've got 2 speed. The best cars on the grid have 3 speed, but Pulsar are the best car on the grid, so what can you say? They've got, however, 4 Excel, 5 grip, highest in both departments, and 3 turbo. So it's a good car all round. Matty started on the hards. He's down in 11th, however. Goose has made a quick start up to 10th from 15th. He's reserving for Napoli Corsa, which is in fact the worst rated car on the grid at the current moment. Should not follow Nuno because that might be a little bit boring for all the enjoyers of races out here. Kraft is just slipstreaming Corvid, and we've got Urist up into 4th. If I wasn't following Nuno, I would have caught this earlier, but Razim goes through now. We've got Anti behind, also fast start for him, and Jaruni. So we've got this little pack of 4 cars here, 4 different teams. We've got Kraft and Nuno. Oh, fuck. We've got Kraft and Nuno up ahead, already guaranteeing points for for Monarch and Blue Blizzard respectively. So Urist and Razim are just stealing points for other teams. Anti is already into the pits after 6 laps on the softs. It is worrying how little grip the Garage 97 car has. They have 2 grip, which is in fact still the lowest of the entire grid. Most of the grid has 3. Then we have Monarch, Blue Blizzard, and Carpathian's Peak on 4, and Pulsar on 5. So those are the teams who can manage a bit more. On the tires, Skip is now into 10th, Matty into 9th. There must be some chaos going on that I've once again skipped because I am really bad at this, but here we go. Matty in 9th on the hards. Quite impressive stuff there. He isn't the best car though, but you know, this might just be like the least you could do. Anti is down into 11th now, having been the first driver to pit. Where is Charge JT? He's running in 8th. He started in the mediums. It's Goose and Pumpkin behind. We're seeing some lag here and there. Just like little stutters of lag. At least I am. Nuno has pitted for the mediums. It leaves Kraft in the lead of the race as he's passed Corvid. Razim on the podium. Nuno has exited the pits out in 4th already. Jaruni in 5th. Komi in 6th. Charge JT in 7th. Matty Mar in 8th. But Anti is running behind and it's a lag rocket between the two. That might be looked at, but then again, I didn't look too much at the incidents in Barcelona, so maybe I should get to that first. Matty makes a mistake, now clearly shaken by the crash he's had with Anti. That has left him traumatized for the foreseeable future. Jaruni and Kami promoted up to 2nd and 3rd as they're on the hards. A bit of rain would really help them out, but Kraft is close behind them on fresh mediums. Corvin on fresh mediums as well. So is Razim. Guess what? Urist is on fresh mediums. Anti, however, is on slightly scrubbed hards. Right behind Urist here, so I think he's managed a little bit of an undercut. Matty is still holding out on these hards. He does have the 5 grip We'll see if that's enough for him. Jesus Christ. A little bit of lag there. Skip is going to lambast me for that. Charge GT gets past Matty for 9th place. 11th is Skip, currently looking for them points, the first points for Ram Motorsports. It's not a bad car. The drivers are inexperienced, but they've got the passion that they need. I am not a Ram Motorsports simp. It's not like I have a driver and team owner in my group chat or anything. I mean, Vlad makes sick graphics. Crunk currently in 15th, but the key point is that he always tries his best, and that's what's important at the end of the day. Nuno is in the lead of the race by 4 seconds now. Kraft in second. What has happened to Corvid? It looks like he might have gotten slowed down, bogged down by Kami and Jeru, who haven't yet pit. Makes his way past Kami now, but he does have 2.5 seconds to Kraft, so he's lost quite some time. When will Kami and Jeru pit? Not this lap. 11 laps they've taken the tires at this current point, and well, I think 12 laps is the maximum they will see. Razim tries to make a move on Girouni, doesn't manage it. There's, of course, I don't know if it's just in my spec view. I don't know if the drivers are having issues. No one has reported anything. They're too busy trying to drive in these conditions. Razim makes it through into 4th. Jera and Kami squabbling a bit there for position. They're both on really worn out hards. And I'm just so glad that I didn't stream because it would have been even worse. Here's Kami and Jera into the pits. Matimar looks to have already pitted. Nuno is leading. Kraft in second. Corvid in third. The gaps right here are quite substantial now. Razim is only a second behind Corvid though. That is quite notable. And we have a 5-6. 5-6 for Garage 97 right now. Anti looks to be utilizing Charge JT's slip as his hards are more worn out. He's going a little bit side by side, should be careful there so his teammate doesn't force him off. Looks to touch the grass himself. It's Urist behind him in 7th on fairly worn mediums. Then it's Kami and Girouni. They're on hards again. I think they're going for a free stopper strategy, and time will tell if it works. Girouni hits a bit of grass there. Skep is behind him in 10th, and he is, wow, a pit stop ahead of Goose even, I'd say. So he's got that final points position locked down, and we'll see how much more he can do. But I guess, let's think here. Skip is on fairly worn hards. Matty is on fresher mediums. Goose is on fairly worn hards. So it looks to be quite a gap that Skip has set for himself. Razim is closing, not really closing. He's still in that about a second behind Corvid, under a second. Looks to be a bit eventless. Bit of lag, but no drivers have reported anything, so it might just be from my side, which is still a bit of a shame. But if the drivers can drive, then I don't feel as bad. Those were my subtle hints for someone to say LL, but no one has. So yeah, I'm just gonna say it's probably from my perspective, or they're too busy for now. Razim is in the Corvid slipstream. Now let's watch. Is he battling? Is he slipstreaming? They're both into the pits, actually. And so is Nuno and Kraft. The top 4 are all pitting. Charge JT is also pitting. Urist is pitting. And it's the Mr. Kami and Mr. Girouni gaining some positions. Only got up to 5th and 6th, however. That's concerning for them, isn't it? But maybe the saved pit stop at the end will be all worth it. And they don't look to be losing too much. Well, I mean, from 1st and 2nd, no, 2nd and 3rd to 5th and 6th. It's a bit of a shame. Corvid has decided to go on the softs. Can the Audi actually stand that? Because they got quite meh speed, acceleration, and grip, kind of middle of the line, and they do have, however, that turbo. Razim now makes a move against Corvid. He's on the mediums, Corvid is on the softs. Razim makes a move, makes it stick through this chicane, like the 5th chicane I've seen in one lap. And it is Razim through into 3rd, into the podium. It looks like it might be a double podium for Monarch if they can keep this up, but look how close behind Corvid is, and he's raring to have a go at Razim there. Touches him a bit from behind. Razim goes wide as a result. Not sure if Peng or if malicious, not really malicious, I guess, might just be careless. Kami is in fifth, Jiruni in sixth, under a second behind. It looks like Anti is still using Charge JT's slip here. They're on fresher tires, and Urist is close behind them, and it's Matimar actually in 10th right now, but he's on quite worn medium skippers on fresh hards, straight out the fridge, as Matimar himself would say. Gotta warm them up, I guess, even though there's no tire temperatures in this game. Corvid's just chilling behind Razim, and Razim makes a mistake. Corvid uses it to his advantage into third, but I don't think they're gonna stop battling just yet. Jaruni's holding behind Kami, not seen much between them, and he has lost the back of Charge AT, and there's Urist behind him. Looking for something, goes round the outside. What a move! That was an incredible move from Urist. I really enjoyed watching that. Wow, that is quite an overtake. And Urist is through into 8. I did not expect that. Corvid and Razim are fighting over here. Corvid goes a bit wide, tries to fight back, but is Razim through into third now. However, goes for a switchback, makes some contact, and he's into the pits. I think there was a bit of miscommunication between them now. Anti is still holding onto the back of Urist. It looks like he just needs someone to utilize the slipstream of. We've not seen any rain excitement. Corvid has just pitted out for new laps. New sets of softs, and he's already pulled away from Charge AT. It's the podium is looking kind of boring right now. Kami and Jeru, with that alternative strat, promoted to 4th and 5th. Corvid needs to catch up to them, and he makes a big mistake. Charge AT doesn't want to go for a back out. He doesn't want to go for an attack on Corvid. He just wants the slipstream. Can he keep it? Slipstream will be very beneficial. Looks like Anti is also keeping Eurus slip. It's a very nice and respectful game that everyone is playing today, it looks like. Um, Boring for the spectator, but at least they're behaving. Skip is back into 10th at the current moment. Pumpkin just pets out of 11th, as I see another little lag there from me. Drivers still haven't reported anything from me, so I mean, watching it back, it might be a bit boring. At least I got that Urist overtake on camera. Anti has gone past Urist now. He's really forcing himself through, but he is on the outside, but he does make the move stack. Then we have Kami and Jared still together. Corvid is now catching the back of Jared there. He's got the slipstream and he needs to get through them as quickly as possible or he will lose a lot of time. Kami makes a mistake. Jared goes wide as a result of contact with Corvid and Corvid just threads it through the middle of them and he runs away and they don't have the slipstream and they're petting right now, and Kraft and Razim are petting too. Kraft pets out ahead of Corvid, but Corvid is promoted into third and looks to have made an undercut stick with Razim. Nuno is now into the pets. And I think the gap between him and Kraft has extended by quite a bit. It's about a pet stop, I'd say. Less than a pet stop. Kraft's got the undercut, of course, but that also means that Nuno is doing the strategy of petting a lap later than the people behind him so that he never gets screwed over by rain. Girini is now in front of this duo of Jeru Kami, who I don't know if they're working together, if they're battling, but I think it's better for them to work together, and I think Kami looks to have backed out there after Jeru made a mistake. It's Charge JT in 7th right now, Urist in 8th, but he can't shrug off persistent Anti behind him with that slipstream. I think he's just trying to make his car survive considering the lack of grip, and he struggled with that in Barcelona too, but at least there the Garage 97 car was strong enough to fight for, well, not a win. In the end, it wasn't really of a fight, but he still got 2nd place. He still got that double podium with Charge JT. However, they are struggling a lot more now, and they need an upgrades package. It's clear to see in order to get back to top form, they do have top speed joined with Carpathian's Peak and a good Excel package better than Carpathian's Peak. So it's really about that grip, maybe a little bit of cheeky turbo if you feel like it. Corvid, Razim has caught up to Corvid now as his tires have really worn out, and Razim goes for an overtake here, and it is quite easy for him. Corvid is really on the back of him. a really contact, just extreme contact between the two drivers. Well, I mean, they're not crashing or anything. It just looked like Corvid was literally touching his back, and Corvid makes a massive mistake. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was maybe as a result of a high ping that he was forced out by Kami. Kami fucking Razim. I am just not in the right frame of mind. I apologize. It's Corvid. Fuck's sake. Kami and Jared. And it's a lag storm, actually. Kami and... Alright, the race was red flagged. Sorry, the race was red flagged after 28 laps, and we will restart with 20 laps to go. Here's the starting order. Nuno and Kraft once again on the front row. Razine will be starting from third, and Corvid, Comi, Jeru, Charge AT, Urist, Anti, Skep, Matty, Pumpkin, Goose, Prolime, and Crunk will be starting from last. So that is... Here we go. Red flag restart. Prepare for some carnage. It's cloudy soon. It's 20 laps. Will we see a change in strategy? We'll definitely see Nuno's gap reset. He starts on the softs. Both Monarchs behind him starting on the hards. Razim got a little boost there from being just ahead of Corvid before the lag started. And here we go, and it looks like the lag is good. There's no lag. And Nuno has gotten a fast start, but Kraft is holding behind. He makes a mistake, however, invites Razim. Charge JT with a quick start. So is Urist. And here, what is this chaos? We've got Goose, Pumpkin in the top 10. So is Matty, Anti, Jaruni. Gotta keep tracks here. Matty and Jeru try to force themselves through in front of Anti, but he holds it down. Matty makes a mistake, so does Jeru. Anti is holding down 9th, but Jeru goes in for him after he makes a mistake. Komi says nice. I think he was hurt the most by this red flag restart. It's a free car lag rocket between Goose, Pumpkin, and Anti and Matty, and there's Skep and Durini as well. What a pack, and they're all pushing at each other. Calm down. Anti forced into the wall. Komi's already back into 12th. Nuno is leading. Urist is in second. We're going to have a rain, a light rain. We've got a pack battling for second here. Got a bit of lag, but it looks to be just a spike. Not sure if on my screen or if everybody else. I never did get that cleared up with the drivers, but it's a front row for Blue Blizzard as they go into the pits. Jaruni has left the race. He's only down in 9th, so, but damn, going on the inters, everyone going into the inters, Skep staying out. Skep staying out. Is it gonna be a fake rain? Nuno's already past Skep, but Skep has risked it all. Urist is past Skep, but he's still gaining positions. Kraft is past Skep. Lag is past Skep. Charge AT and Razim are just behind Skep. The light rain shows no sign of stopping, but at this point, either Skep's got to double down or he loses quite some. Corvid now past Skep. Skep is into the pits. It's Nuno in the first. Kraft makes it past Jurist. What a chaotic red flag restart, and I definitely did not catch a lot of the commotion, especially at the back. Jaruni DNF. Komi is already back up to 8th. That's what happens when you don't DNF. Urist and Charge AT fighting. Charge AT forced a bit wide there. Razim on the inside of Urist now uses the opportunity, and he's through into 3rd. Urist tries to make a fight back. Doesn't work. Charge GT gets through him now. Urist down to 5th. Corvid has taken a little loss of 2 positions in 6th, but Pumpkin, great restart for him. He does lose his position to Kami, and we see Matty and Goose in a lag rocket there. Goose is, of course, has more ping, which makes it harder to assess where his car is and can lead to these incidents being more common. Skep is just outside the points now after risking it, staying out on the mediums, and it didn't work out as the light rain continued for quite some time. He's in 11th, Crunk in 12th. What has happened to Anti? He's on the wets and he's in 13th. Not a great restart for him. Prolime in 14th. Jaruni, of course, DNF'd. Nuno is 1.5 seconds ahead of Kraft. Razim, his teammate, sticking behind him. Charge AT in 4th makes a huge Huge error. Corvid gets past Jurist. Jurist had a great start, but he is losing some positions now. However, I think it's still an improvement. Everyone else is into the pits except for Nuno and Razim and Jurist, who are staying out on the inters. They are not risking it. Little bit of lag. Don't cause another lag storm, please. 8 laps through. Let's just get this to the end here. Matty says, what the fuck? Not sure what happened there. He comes out in 10th. He's just behind Goose. Goose makes a mistake. He's now in front of Goose. Skip is also there with him. Skip is on the hards. He's planning to finish the race on this compound. Matty and Goose on the soft. They surely will have to pit one more time. Skip looks for an entry into the two drivers, but he wants to back out as well. And Matty and Goose both make a mistake, and backing out worked brilliantly for him there. Is still Nuno in first, Kraft in second, Razim in third, George JT in fourth, and Corvid in fifth. Razim? Jurist has also pitted for the hards, so he's not planning to pit again. Pumpkin and Kami are doing a 7-8 right now, and that is, I just have to admire how good Pumpkin did in the red flag restart. He really made it worth its while and used that lag storm to his advantage. Skip is in 9th, lets Goose pass him, but does a little switchback, you can say. Goose goes just a bit too deep, doesn't brake early enough, and that allows Skip back through, but Goose, of course, is on the soft. And look, there's a strain there. There's a anti and a pulsar sandwich, and they're right behind Skip and Goose. Skip doesn't have Goose slip, it looks like, and he might just be losing, and Matty might catch him here, makes a mistake. Matty goes through, and there's Anti, he's on the softs as well. Doesn't trust the hards to go 12 laps on his car. We've got a little train here, not really. Razim, Charge AT, and Corvid are a bit far away from each other. Eurus is chilling in 6th. Kami and Pumpkin are driving pretty much together. Pumpkin, however, on the softs, so that might be concerning as he's behind his teammate. Goose is in 9th, he's holding it down. Anti is up into 10th. Skip is just at the back of this pack, hoping for his alternate hards strategy to pay off, and for him to beat these drivers despite with them getting having to do an extra pit stop, and I think they will be doing that extra pit stop soon. I think maybe lap 13, maybe lap 14 latest. It's Nuno still in the lead. Kraft is only 2 seconds behind him. He was 1.5 yeah, it's about 1 to 2 seconds behind him. Razim is quite impatient. He looks like he wants to challenge his teammate here, but he's staying behind for now. Charge AT, Corvid, then we have Jurist in 6th. Yeah, still the same old, same old. Matty is up into 9th. There's a dog barking. If you can hear that, I apologize. I cannot control dogs. I'm not god of the dogs. Matty is holding down 9th in this little train. Ooh, a little bit of a track re-entry there. Doesn't force Skip into the grass, however, makes a mistake himself. Anti is quite pushy. Skip makes a mistake now. He's at the back of this pack. A little bit of lag, doesn't look like it caused anything bad. Matty really forcing himself through on the inside. Anti forces him off into the grass. That might have to be looked at, but Anti does go wide, and he gets hit into the wall himself. Matty is into the pits. Anti is not. Matty is the only driver to be pitting. Matty apologizes to Anti for forcing him into the wall. There comes Nuno in for 6 laps of soft. So does Razim. He's ahead of Kraft. Oh, Kraft has done an undercut. Oh, that is quite a move. Where will he go? He's still not in Nuno's slip, but he has gained a little bit of time if he can just make the most out of this stint before it inevitably, the tires inevitably fall apart. That might be interesting. Eurus is now up into 3rd. There's Razim ramming him from behind. Eurus loses a bit of traction, decides to cut Razim off as a result. I think he was not happy with Razim's ram. It looked like a ram at least. I guess we'll have to look at that too. It's been a crazy, crazy race. It might just be accidental, of course. Razim now boosts his way past Eurus. Eurus had the inside, but Razim has the superior tires, and he still makes it past Eurus. Charge AT's on the mediums. I guess he just doesn't pack back the grip. Then we have Kami is now ahead of Corvid, and Skip is up into 8th. Pumpkin is behind him in 9th, Matimar on the final points position in 10th, and Anti is outside of the points at the current moment. Kraft is really holding this gap to Nuno 1 to 2 seconds, but he uh, is trying his hardest. He's on one lap more worn softs, and he's still keeping the gap, and I think that's quite respectable. Also, how much time he has gained over Razim with the undercut, and also with Razim driving with Urist, who Charge JT is now catching up to as Urist makes a mistake. Charge JT overtakes him. Urist goes for a counter attack on the inside, but touches too much grass for it to be effective. Corvid is behind him. He's on the softs. Kami in 7th is on the hard. Skep has a Pumpkin at the back of him now. It's really damage limitations here. Might be better to let Pumpkin pass if he just can't keep him fighting, and he does let him pass, and he tries to keep himself in the slip. It's Nuno, it's Kraft, it's Razim, Charge AT, Urist, and 5th. Corvid is right behind him here. Then we have Kami, and Pumpkin's now 10 seconds off Kami. 9 seconds. Skep is holding down 9th. His alternate strategy is working for him at least. Matty in 10th. And yeah, the drivers have separated now as we're in the penultimate lap of the race. To be fair, Nuno is about to start the final lap of the race, and all eyes will be on the Urist Corvid fight. The server is getting uppity. The lag is coming back. Let's not have a finish under lag conditions, please. Nuno is about to win the Italian Grand Prix after uh, what a Friday has been with qualifying 1 where Kraft has beaten him. But we gotta keep our eye on Urist versus Corvid here. Corvid does some sort of pink switchback, does force Urist a bit into the grass at the end of it. And Urist just can't fight back after that. And Nuno wins the Italian Grand Prix. Kraft in 2nd, double podium for Monarch, but only one of the drivers will score points. It's 4th for Charge JT. Corvid finishes in 5th. Urist finishes in 6th. It's Kami across the line in 7th. Pumpkin holds down 8th, but Anti has come back, and there's Matimar as well, and Anti goes on the inside of Skep, and Skep is fighting Matty here for the final points position, but Matty beats him to it, and it's heartbreak for Skep, finishes 11th at the very end. Pumpkin in 8th, Anti in 9th, Matty in 10th, Skep in 11th. Goose in 12th, Crunk in 13th, Prolime will cross the line in 14th. Still no points for Ram, but what a valiant effort from Skip there. And no points for HRT Wend as their only driver, Chiruni, DNFs. Well, that was quite a race, and Kraft with a fastest lap of 29.72. We'll have to compare that to the race before the red flag restart, see what Nuno got, but I think that might be the fastest lap. Quite a race. Blue Blizzard, Monarch, and Carpathian's Peak with some good results. Pulsar finally getting their first point at the expense of course, Ram or Sports. First point, Napoli and HRT when HRT when did score points. Napoli are still pointless, but Goose, as an emergency reserve, did the best he could there. And that was the Italian Grand Prix. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next Friday for a street track, very grip dependent. It will be the Belarusian Grand Prix in Brest, in the modern Brest street circuit. So we'll see you next Friday. We'll see you next Wednesday, even for the first free practice session. That will be all. Bye.